We're finding that our congregations are experiencing more capacity to care for people in the congregation and in the community than they could alone. The benefit of the health and wellness ministry is it has helped our people in the pews, in their homes, in their communities, to be able to say, we can help with that. We know what to do, and we're here for you. It's happening, and to me, that's the main thing. That our people know it's there, and it's real.
Lutheran SeniorLife as a servant leader has really formed a strong relationship with the Southwestern Pennsylvania Lutheran Synod. The Health and Wellness Ministry is a watershed program for us to enable us and the Lutheran Church to work together to help others in need.
Big part of the gospel is Jesus reaching out to heal the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. What better way to incorporate the life of Christ into our ministry than to find ways to offer that kind of healing to the people that we were trying to serve?
Basically, my role as the coordinator is to go out into the congregations throughout the synod, work with the pastors and different members of the parish to work on different health and wellness ministry activities, helping to connect people with resources.
A member who was having difficulty with some decisions about medication, and they simply didn't know who to talk to about that because they knew that I was probably not the right person to talk to with those questions. But when we have a health and wellness ministry, there's a clear direction for how they can get support in some difficult questions and conversations in their lives.
Parish nurses, or as we're more frequently being called now, faith community nurses, often either lead or interact with the health ministry team to plan the activities. We have a wide range of volunteers. Some are former teachers. We have people who are from other health disciplines such as occupational therapy. We have people who worked in administrative roles or in fitness, childcare. So it's a wide range, and they bring different kinds of skills.
There is so much support and compassion with each other here. And I went through cancer at the beginning of this year. I also had cancer in 2012, my husband and I both. And I was in the exercise class then. Everybody here has something going on. They have lost a spouse, they have lost a child, their husband or their spouse is not well, and they use this as an escape.
Like a lot of health ministries, we started with blood pressure screenings after worship in our early days, and we found that it's not so much the blood pressure check, it's the contact with the people that is really important. It's an opportunity to get to know people, for them to build trust with the nurses that are on the team.
Some of us get together and, pick a time, put it in the newsletter and the bulletin so that the shut-ins know we're coming.
Worse than getting old, though, is not being able to participate in church like I used to. Calais. It's Sunday school. I worked with the youth group early on.
But I think it just always lifts his spirits, and sometimes Pastor will come or Linda will come and give him communion. It's important for me, but I think it's more important for him to know that people are thinking of him.
We started doing regular opportunities for healing, laying on of hands and anointing for healing as a part of our worship. People can come up for communion and then go over to a station where somebody will pray with them and lay hands on them and anoint them. And so that grew out of that whole component.
I think they enjoy our visits with them as much as they do receiving the food. Because sometimes we sit and chat for a good long while.
Like an hour?
Oh,
more,
sometimes more so.
Yes.
Sometimes, yeah.
And when they can't come to church, it's a good way for them to be able to catch up with what's going on. So
yeah,
it's really meaningful. It is. And I think that's one of the keys of the health ministry, is not to let anybody slip away, but to maintain a connection. So this is just another way to do that.
I often hear from the volunteers that to serve is so much better than to be served, and that they're getting so much more of a greater reward in doing that service and really working with individuals and knowing firsthand that you're making a difference in somebody's life. You're changing their life by that home visit, by that meal that you've created for them, by that grief book that you sent them, by that information you gave them. You're really changing a life.
People working together to accomplish more together than we can alone. And I think this ministry connects the larger work of Lutheran SeniorLife with the people in the pews in a way that is very direct. They can reach out and touch it. They can be part of it.
And I think it's a blessing to be involved within the larger church, to know that there's support at the Synod, Lutheran SeniorLife, to also help us fulfill this vision within the congregation, give us resources that we need, a little boost. If our ministry starts to lag, we know there's somebody to reach out to where we can get some inspiration.
It's nowhere near enough, right? I mean, you can't say, wasn't that good? We had 10 solid years, but still a beginning.
Without hesitation, our folks would say that this ministry, this idea, this program has been a blessing to the congregation in many different ways.
I really believe that this is what Jesus wants us to do. Jesus wants us to support each other. He wants us to reach out our hand and help each other in times of need.
I would like to say thank you. If I could thank all the volunteers, if I could go all day just saying thank you to everyone who's been part of this, I would be glad for that.